Right, next comes leader-member exchange theory. Now, it's one of the important theories. It says that all the theories covered before assumes that leaders treat all their subordinates in the same manner. Now, that was the basic assumption of all the theories that we have studied earlier. Now, this theory, LMX, which is leader-member exchange, would argue that because of time pressures, leaders established special relationship with a small group. That being said, that if you go to a company, you are being recruited as a manager, and whenever you go to the company, you see that you find that there are your old classmates are sitting there as workers. There are 10 or 20 workers under you, and out of them like 5 or 6 are your classmates. Immediately you have a bond with them, and you are being given the task whenever you are into the company, whenever you are being recruited into the company, you are given the task of doing the project within 3 days time. Now, when that happens, what do? Because of the time pressures, you form a special bond with that 5 classmates and instruct them, giving them special privileges and all. You form a relationship and you try to get the work done. These people are trusted, the 5 numbers, get more attention, special privileges, etc. There is an evidence of biasing. Exactly, because you are relating yourself with only those 5 members. You are not taking into consideration the other 15 members in the group, and because of that, there is an evidence of biasing. Next comes leadership effectiveness. What's meant by leadership effectiveness? Success depends on how individual or group behaves. Of course, how you behave, how you do the context, that is evident in the success. Effectiveness describes the internal shape or predisposition of an individual or a group. Now, effectiveness describes internal shape of the organization or predisposition of an individual or a group. Depends on attitude, exactly. It depends on attitude, personality, perception, etc. Personal power plus general supervision. Leadership effectiveness happens because of personal power by any of the leadership styles, transactional, transformational, etc. and general supervision. You need to supervise your workers. If emphasis on position power, not very effective. If you rely entirely on your position in the company, and I don't think it is a better option for you to rely entirely on position, because the minute you step out from the company, you're not being valued for. You need to make an equilibrium inside the company. Now, attempted leadership, a person tries to attempt. The resultant behavior, there are 2 types. One is successful and one is unsuccessful. Successful resultant behavior becomes effective and ineffective. Now, leader might be successful as a leader, but if he does not do the task in time, that leadership that we have created is ineffective. Right? For example, you have to finish the project within 3 days time. You come in there as a leader, all the people are taking you as a leader, but if you do not complete the work within 3 days time, organization will render you as ineffective. Now, under leadership effectiveness there are 2 things: emotional intelligence and intelligence quotient, that is EI and IQ. Now, what is EI? Emotional intelligence. EI is more than IQ. Expertise on any other single factor is the best predictor. Emotional intelligence, rather than intelligence quotient. If you have an emotional intelligence, that means you understand other people's feelings. You understand what is necessary. Rather than relying on technological facts, if you rely on more human factor, you might render better results. 5 components are there: self-awareness, being aware of yourself; self-management, manage yourself. That means if the if the job has to start at 9 o'clock, you are there by at least 8:55. Self-motivation, motivating yourself. Empathy, that means you have to be in other person's shoes. Rather than sympathy, you need to be empathetic. And social skills, that means how to behave in front of people, how to behave in a situation, etc. That is emotional intelligence. Now, coming to the intelligence quotient, ability needed to perform mental abilities like addition, subtraction, etc. Reasoning, problem solving, general intellectual abilities, verbal comprehension. More complex job, then more IQ is needed. Yes, we do agree that the complexity of the job increases. You need to have an intelligence quotient of a man, of an adult. If you really need, you can log on to websites which does your IQ test, and it's really fun if you go for one of these IQ tests. I would recommend that. Now with that, in that section you will find reasoning questions, problem solving questions, arithmetics, etc., and even general knowledge questions as well. When that done, verbal comprehension will improve, general intelligence, intellectual abilities will improve, and the complex job becomes very simple when you do that.